What is up, my compatriots? I have exciting news. I just found out from my professor, ChatGPT, that I am born and raised in the country of Moldova, which makes me, to my understanding, the greatest Moldovan golfer in the world. There is a guy on the PGA Tour whose name is Moldovan, but he's from Ohio. Don't let him fool you. And so, yeah, we're just out here. In the beautiful Moldovan countryside, although we had to replace it with Florida because it turns out that there's only one golf course in the entire country of Moldova, and it only has 3 holes, and it looks like the greens are made out of carpet. So take that for what you will. You can see here this course is totally pure. Greens are rolling really quick. That was a pretty good 5-iron, considering I just shoved a 6-iron about 40 yards short to the right. Good putt here, just didn't go in. And that reminds me, when I was a child growing up with my 7 siblings who I just learned about, that we used to go to the zoo in Moldova and look at the one animal. This tee-ball here is like really tough. The fairway gets narrower and narrower the shorter you hit it. It's just like walking a plank out there. Barely in the rough here, so I'm going to put this ball back in my stance and just kind of chip at it. When you're in the rough like this, you actually don't need to hit the ball as hard to get just as much distance because it's going to come out with no spin. So sometimes you can actually just hit it farther from the rough without even swinging harder. So that was a pretty nice shot. Got a birdie look here, and I'm going to ram this thing way past the hole. My goodness. Escobanti and Donovan. That was my father's name. And then I broke my rule here. My rule usually with putting is if I miss it high, don't miss it high on the comebacker because it probably just doesn't break as much as I think. Honestly, I have no idea how I hit this shot so good. My miss is a big push and just kind of stepped up and hit a good one there. So yeah, I challenge anyone who thinks that they're the best golfer from Moldova. You're just going to have to fly on an airplane that I don't think your country has any of and challenge me, and we'll find out who the real best golfer is from Moldova. Pretty big sand wedge here. Might have been going at it a little too hard, yanked it a little. I'm trying to get this winter, I'm going to try to fix my swing so I don't take such huge divots. I'm just hitting the ground way too hard. I've noticed I've looked pretty crossed up. Like, we'll see on my next tee ball here. My feet look like they're aiming up the middle of the fairway, and then my shoulder looks like it's aiming at the left rough. And I just hit kind of a big pull here. That's not the worst thing in the world on this hole, though. As you can see, we have miles and miles of Moldovan coastline. It reminds me of my hometown of Svetvinka. Just laying up here. This is actually a really tight layup. It's only about 15 yards wide. And I hit a pretty nice wedge here. That was one of my better looking swings so far. Divot went nice and straight. And once again, these quick greens, I'm just blasting the ball. I don't feel like I'm hitting it very hard at all. I think these things were rolling about 12. So this is to stay +1. Boom, found the bottom of the hole. Nice short par 4 here. Opportunity to get it close and make it easy par. I learned recently from Scotty Fouché that you should never make birdies and you should never make putts, and there's no such thing as a birdie hole. This tree was actually right in my way, so I have to hit a little chippy pitching wedge under it. I missed the tree by about a foot there, and it ended up fine. And I didn't want to go any further left because that kind of brought that bunker into play. Hit a nice lag putt here. I'm noticing a theme. All of my uphill putts turn out pretty good because it's harder to race those past the hole. So we're still fighting, just like my comrades fought the Ruskies in the war of something or another in that part of the world. I don't know. This ball barely stayed in bounds. I hit a big slice trying to get some extra distance out of it. Didn't want to hit a pole because you could see that water over there. Just a layup here short of that bunker. So yeah, leave a comment with your favorite golf course in Moldova in the comments, or tell me your favorite Moldovan travel story. If you're from Moldova, what's up? I didn't know you had internet, but I'm one of you, so you better recognize. Tap in for another par. This final hole is 471 into the wind, which is pretty far. And I hit by far my best drive of the day here. That's the best finish I've had this whole tournament, or not tournament, this whole round. I'm not playing a tournament. I am playing, for the pride of my country, which is Moldova. Had a 4-iron into this par 4 here. Actually, this shot was really pure. I just pushed it slightly into the sand, which is like the sand of the many Moldovan beaches. And this ball was sitting way up in some fluffy sand. And when you got that case, just swing really hard and hit under it, because the ball will go up and not forward. It'll land nice and soft, just like that. So this would be for a pretty clutch par. You can see that wind is ripping right into the direction I was hitting from. All right, thanks for watching.